Dear students, this is me, Dr. SHIKHA Sharma, lecturer in English at Government Girls College, B.A. Students, in this video, I am going to talk about Edmund Spenser's poem, Ice and Fire. Actually, it is a sonnet. The sonnet Ice and Fire is from Edmund Spenser's Amority. Amority is a collection of 89 sonnets. And this is the 30th sonnet in a sequence of 89 sonnets. It is a love sonnet. The poet describes the contradictory but also complementary personalities of the poet and his beloved Elizabeth Boyle. In the beginning of the poem, the poet compares himself to fire and his beloved to ice. Although they are different from one another, but their love is powerful. Their love has power. Their love is strong. Now, come to the poem. The sonnet actually shows the sad plight of a devoted lover who finds his beloved cold and hard-hearted. My love is like to ice and I to fire. How comes it then that this her cold so great is not dissolved through my so hot desire? But harder grows the more I her entreat, or how comes it that my exceeding heat is not delayed by her heart frozen cold? My love is like to ice and I to fire. The poet compares his beloved with ice and himself to fire. He says that his beloved is like ice. Means he compares himself with fire because actually my love is like to ice. He compares his beloved with ice. Okay. And what is the nature of ice? Ice is cold. Okay. Ice is cold and senseless. Okay. And fire. What is the nature of fire? Fire. Okay, it is a burning, passionate, burning fire. Okay, so he compares himself with fire, and because the nature of fire is hot, and he is burning in the heat of passion and love, and his beloved is like ice. The nature of ice is cold. So he says that my love is like to ice and I to fire. Okay, how comes it then that this her cold so great is not dissolved through my so hot desire? The poet says that how comes it? It is very strange. It is really very strange. It is very wonderful. It is very strange that her so cold is so great that her cold, okay, that she is so cold that her cold is not dissolved through my so hot desires. The poet says that he is burning in the flames of love and passion. Instead of this hot desire of his love, his beloved is not the same. The coldness of his beloved is not getting melted. Okay, so he says that instead of this his hot desire, okay, his beloved is not getting melted. Okay, so it is a nature of cold. Okay, actually ice is cold. Okay, and it is the if fire comes to ice, then it begins to melt, but instead of melting ice but ice is not melting. Okay, instead of coming near to fire, the ice is not being melted. So the poet says that it is very strange that cold ice is not getting melted instead of being in the present of fire. Okay, but harder grows the more higher her entreat, or how comes it that my exceeding heat is not delayed by her heart frozen cold? The harder grows the more I her entreat. The poet says that as I show my love to her, as I express my love, Okay, as he expresses his love, as he shows his love to his beloved, she's not affected by his desires. Okay, she's not affected, okay, by the poet's love, but harder grows. Okay, but as the poet shows his love, the more he expresses his love, the more she gets harder. Okay, so he says that she's not affected by his love. Okay, she is not affected, she's not influenced by the passionate love of the poet. Okay, how comes it that my exceeding heat is not delayed by her heart frozen cold? Now the poet says that, and it is also very strange. Okay, the poet is so surprised to see the adverse phenomena on nature. He says that how comes it that my exceeding heat? He says that it is very surprising that I am burning in the heat of love. Okay, my heat or intensity of my love is instead of intensity of my love. Okay, because he is burning in the flame of love. So exceeding heat is not delayed, his heat is not getting reduced. It's not heat is not reduced, is by the her heart frozen cold. Her heart is frozen. Okay, she is cold in her heart, and he is frozen. So instead of this coldness, his heat is not getting reduced. Okay, but instead of reducing it, it is increasing his intensity of love, or it is increasing his heat of love. Okay, but that I burn much more in boiling sweat and feel my flames augmented manifold. What more miraculous thing may be told? The fire which all things melt should harden ice, and ice which is concealed with senseless cold should kindle fire by wonderful device. Now he says that, and but that I burn much more in boiling sweat. Now the poet says that actually he is not able to express his feelings to his beloved. He wants to, but she's not getting affected by his love. So he's very puzzled, and he's get restless because his feelings are not coming out. So his feelings are not coming out. So it's they are getting augmented. Okay, the flames augmented manifold, and his flames are increasing day per day, because the flames of love, because he is not able to express his love. So his love, okay, so the flames of his love is being manifolded. It is getting doubled, it is being manifold. Okay, it is being manifolded. So he says that my flames, the flames of his love is increasing. Okay, because he is not able to express his love, so his love, his feelings are not coming out. So his heart is getting heavy, and these flames are increasing day per day. That fire which all things melt should harden ice, and ice which is concealed with senseless cold should kindle fire by wonderful device. Now the poet says that it is really a wonderful device. Okay, this fire which all things melts. What is the nature of fire? It melts all the things. Okay, but instead of melting, it is it is making hard. Okay, should harden ice. It is not melting the ice, but it is making hard. Okay, instead of melting this, it is ice is growing hard. And ice which is concealed with senseless cold. And ice, what is the nature of ice? The ice which is concealed, the ice is frozen and with senseless cold, and means his beloved has no senses. She is not getting affected by his so hot desire, by his passionate love. Okay, so shundal an ice which is concealed with senseless cold should kindle fire. Instead of coldness, the ice is kindling fire. Okay, what is the nature of ice? Ice is cold, but here ice is not cold, but it is kindling fire. This is lighting fire. Why wonderful device? It is really a wonderful device that it has changed the natural phenomena. Okay, it has changed natural phenomena. What is the nature of fire? The nature of fire is hot. Okay, but here fire is not getting affected. And what is the nature of ice? Ice is so cold and cool, but ice is kindling fire. So it is really there is a contradiction between these things. Okay, there is a contradiction. Okay, because it has changed natural phenomena. It has changed natural phenomena. Such is the power of love in gentleman mind that it can alter all the course of kind. Such is the power of love. It is the power of love in gentle mind. It is a power of true love. Okay, it is a power of true love that it can alter all the course of kind, that has changed the course of time, that has changed natural phenomena. Okay, that has changed the phenomena of nature. Okay, यहाँ पॉइंट कहता है कि जो नेचर है वहाँ जो फायर का जो नेचर है कि वो किसी चीज़ को जलाती है या मेल्ट करती है, तो ऐसा नहीं हो रहा है, बल्कि यहाँ क्या हो रहा है कि जो फायर है वो किसी भी चीज़ से अफेक्टेड नहीं हो रही। जो फायर है वो किसी भी उसका जो नेचर है मीन्स वो उसकी जो बिलाउड है वो कोल्ड है, कूल है बिल्कुल, और उसकी जो फायर है वो उसकी आइस के समान जो उसकी बिलाउड है उसकी आइस को वो पिघला नहीं पा रहा है उसकी जो फ्लेम से। मीन्स हिज बिलाउड इज़ नॉट गेटिंग अफेक्टेड बाय हिज लव, कि उसकी प्रेमिका उसके लव से बिल्कुल भी अफेक्टेड नहीं हो रही। शी इज़ एज कोल्ड एंड सेंसलेस एज आइस, शी इज़ एज कोल्ड एज सेंसलेस एज ice. So the poet compares his beloved to ice and himself to fire. He says that his beloved is cold like ice, but he is burning in the heat of love. Further, he says that actually he is surprised to see the adverse phenomena of nature, where heat doesn't melt ice, means the coldness of his beloved is so great that is not being melted by the so hot desire of the poet. His beloved is not influenced by the passionate love of the poet. Further, he says that as the poet expresses his love, or the heat of his love increases. Okay, and as he expresses his love, his heat is not reduced by the coldness of his beloved. He says that the heat of his passionate love remains unaffected by the ice or the coldness of his beloved's heart. His beloved is not interested in the poet's love. In fact, the more he tries to convince her, the more she becomes rude. Okay? He is burning and she is not getting affected. His love is increasing. In spite of the cold attitude of his beloved, the flames of his love is increasing and getting many-folded. So the poet says that it has changed. It is a true love. The love of the poet is absolutely true. He loves her beloved very much. His love is true and strong. So he says that his love, his true love has changed the course of nature. It has changed natural phenomena where, okay, it has changed the natural phenomena. This is the power of true love that has changed the phenomena of nature. Okay, now come to the literary device. How comes it then that in this line there is the use of alliteration? The T is repeated here, so there is a alliteration in this line.